In this video, we will introduce the prep for NSE 7_CDs_AR 7.6 Fortinet NSE 7 Public Cloud Security 7.6.4 Architect. What is NSE 7_CDs_AR 7.6 Fortinet NSE 7 Public Cloud Security 7.6.4 Architect? Overview of FCSS in Cloud Security Certification. Program Requirements. Know the exam details. Master NSE 7_CDs_AR 7.6 Exam Topics. Best study tips to prepare for success. 1. What is the main advantage of using SD-WAN Transit Gateway Connect over traditional SD-WAN? A. You can use BGP over IPsec for maximum throughput. B. You can combine it with IPsec to achieve higher bandwidth. C. It eliminates the use of ECMP. D. You can use GRE-based tunnel attachments. 2. As part of your organization's monitoring plan, you have been tasked with obtaining and analyzing detailed information about the traffic sourced at one of your FortiGate EC2 instances. What can you do to achieve this goal? A. Use AWS CloudTrail to capture and then examine traffic from the EC2 instance. B. Create a virtual public cloud (VPC) flow log at the network interface level for the EC2 instance. C. Add the EC2 instance as a target in CloudWatch to collect its traffic logs. D. Configure a Network Access Analyzer scope with the EC2 instance as a match finding. 3. An administrator is relying on an Azure Bicep linter to find possible issues in Bicep files. Which problem can the administrator expect to find? A. The resources to be deployed exceed the quota for a region. B. Some resources are missing depends on statements. C. There are output statements that contain passwords. D. One or more modules are not using runtime values as parameters. 4. Which two statements about the Amazon Web Services, AWS, security groups are true? Choose 2. A. A security group is a stateful list of ingress and egress traffic rules. B. EC2 instances, elastic network interfaces, ENIS, and subnets may have security groups configured on them. C. Security groups are applicable at the instance level. D. Configured traffic rules may have an action of allow or deny. 5. A DevOps team is using Terraform to manage their infrastructure across multiple environments. Currently, the Terraform state file is stored locally on a developer's machine. The team decides to migrate the state file to a remote back-end machine. Why is storing the Terraform state file in a remote location considered a best practice in this scenario? A. It eliminates the need to define provider configurations in the state file. B. It ensures that the state file is encrypted. C. It enables collaboration among multiple team members. D. It prevents the accidental deletion of the state file. 6. Exhibit. You are tasked with deploying FortiGate using Terraform. When you run the Terraform version command during the Terraform installation, you get an error message. What could you do to resolve the command not found error? A. You must move the binary file to the bin directory. B. You must reinstall Terraform. C. You must change the directory location to the root directory. D. You must assign correct permissions to the EC2 user. 7. Refer to the exhibit. You deployed a FortiGate HA active-passive cluster in Microsoft Azure. Which two statements regarding this particular deployment are true? Choose two. A. You can use the vdom exception command to synchronize the configuration. B. During a failover, all existing sessions are transferred to the new active FortiGate. C. The configuration does not synchronize between the primary and secondary devices. D. There is no SLA for API calls from Microsoft Azure. 8. You are experiencing intermittent connectivity issues in a FortiGate HA cluster deployed with Azure Gateway Load Balancer. Traffic is being dropped when it passes through the cluster. What is the cause of the issue? Choose one answer. 1. A. The FortiGate firewalls are using the default maximum transmission unit, M2TU, size supported by Azure. B. The Azure Gateway Load Balancer is configured with an incorrect health probe port. C. The Azure Gateway Load Balancer is blocking large packets, causing traffic failures. D. The protected VMs are running an application that fragments packets. 9. An organization is deploying FortiDevSec to enhance security for containerized applications, and they need to ensure containers are monitored for suspicious behavior at runtime. Which FortiDevSec feature is best for detecting runtime threats? A. FortiDevSec Software Composition Analysis, SCA. B. FortiDevSec Static Application Security Testing, SAST. C. FortiDevSec Dynamic Application Security Testing, DAST. D. FortiDevSec Container Scanner. 10. Your monitoring team reports performance issues with a web application hosted in Azure. You suspect that the bottleneck might be due to unexpected inbound traffic spikes. Which method should you use to identify and analyze the traffic pattern? A. Deploy Azure Firewall to log traffic by IP address. B. Enable Azure DDoS protection to prevent inbound traffic spikes. C. Use Azure Traffic Manager to visualize all traffic to the application. D. Enable NSG flow logs and analyze logs with Azure Monitor. Check the correct answers for each question. Subscribe Passert for more IT exam prep.